built on light and shadows. The gifted walked in the light, their powers, bending the world to their will. Everyone else lived in the shadows away from the loomers, where survival depended on silence and never being noticed. It smelled like smoke, metal, and old secrets. Lanterns flickered above crooked alleys, and the air tasted of danger. Ara Vale lived here for as long as she can remember. She walked those streets like a whispered dot with no power or allies. All she had were lessons from her father. He showed her how to see everything, the way someone's eyes shifted before they lied, the way a guard's hand tightened before he struck, the way chaos formed seconds before it erupted. That night, the twin moons hung low, casting silver along the rooftops. It was a dark night, perfect for slipping through crowds, perfect for hunting. She spotted a tall, hooded stranger, his long, flowing robe marking him as a noble, and tucked at his side, a gold pocket watch. Ira waited. She watched the crowd grow rowdy. Then she moved. Ira quietly approached, blending into the chaos of the market, and once she was close enough, her fingers brushed his pocket, reaching out for the gold pocket watch, smooth, silent, and she froze. Hand closed around her wrist. Caught. She looked up into a pair of silver eyes she knew only from rumors. Prince Caden Sorrel, the kingdom's storm-bound second heir. People said his power could shatter a person's mind. People said he felt nothing, but as he held her wrist, studying her like a puzzle he couldn't solve, Era felt something colder than fear. He leaned in, voice soft enough to be unsettling and cold enough to cut steel. "We'll meet again," he whispered. And Era hoped he was wrong. Days later, Lumira buzzed with energy. The Purge Trials were approaching. It was a ridiculous spectacle of power, a celebration for nobles and a funeral for the weak. Era stayed far from it. She had no interest in watching the gifted show off. A shout tore through the night as a man ran down, and for a minute time slowed down, and the air rippled. The rogue gifted had unleashed an attack that crackled like hot lightning. People screamed. Stalls collapsed. The ground shook. Ira didn't think. She calculated. The angle of the blast, the fleeing crowd, the helpless child frozen in its path. She moved without thinking, shoving the child aside seconds, maybe fractions of seconds, before the blast scorched the stones behind her, almost supernaturally early. And as she looked around at the now captured prisoner, the royal guards, and the shocked expressions on the villagers' faces, it dawned on her she had made a mistake. A big one. Whispers rose instantly. "Did you see that?" She predicted the strike. She's psychic. A new gifted. Before she could speak, the guards swarmed her, dragged her through the market, straight into the palace gates. Her protest drowned under cheers. The people believed they'd discovered a rare gift, one worthy of the trials, the fantasy of having someone from the shadows win the trials, clouding every sense of judgment as the giant doors close behind her, welcomed by the intimidating view of the golden loomers, home to the king of Lumira. By sundown, Era stood inside the kingdom's training grounds, an arena humming with energy, where gifted competitors summoned flame, steel, and illusions from thin air. Era had none of that, just instinct and fear. She needed to escape. Fast. From the high balcony above, someone watched her with eerie focus. Prince Caden. Silent. Cold. Almost amused. His father stepped beside him, gaze fixed on the arena. His voice was low but sharp enough to cut. "She won't last." 3 words, a verdict, and a promise that Ara Vale would not survive the Purge Trials.